Hey, I'm Danielle Flynn.
I am Go-Kart Mozart.
You can call him Joel Morgan. We are live for City of the Week at Orchestra Hall, the DSO, baby. I absolutely love the Detroit Symphony Orchestra and what they bring to the table. We've been getting a crash course on the history of the DSO. They just celebrated their 100th anniversary, October 23rd. And our tour guide, Matthew, was telling us that back in the day, when the Orchestra Hall was originally built, they did it in 6 months and 1 day. That's how long it took for C. Howard Crane,
and in collaboration with Albert Kahn, one of two of Detroit's most famous architects, collaborated on this project.
Of course, any good project needs some money. Horace Dodge was the first prime donor, and they were telling us that he used to drive his Dodge up to the front of Orchestra Hall while it was being built. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing.
And it was on display in the lobby for many years as a thank you to the Dodges. And speaking of Dodges, right now we are sitting in the Dodge family box.
Back in the day, Box D was the preferred spot for the Dodges to sit and enjoy the music because it was Box D for Dodge. It's also not a shabby seat, although there's really not a bad seat in the house. And we were also finding out that the Orchestra Hall is one of the top 5 venues for acoustical perfection in the world, right up there with Carnegie Hall, all the big hitters.
The Boston Symphony, where they perform.
Yeah, and part of the reason for that is the shoebox design combined with what's called a lyric design, and also this venue is built so that the sound is allowed to go very high, but they also have spaces so it can also go very low. Mm-hmm. And rumor has it that if you drop a pin on that stage, you can hear it from anywhere in the house. It's almost like a ghost story, Joel.
We forgot our pins today, so we can't prove it, but you got to take our word for it. It comes from a very trusted source that we have in the DSO.
So crazy that it wasn't until 2003 that things expanded. Originally, it was just Orchestra Hall. So when you got here and you got to the atrium and you were waiting for the doors to open to come into the show, you and 2,000 of your closest friends are trying to jam into an area that would probably comfortably hold about 100.
Especially in the wintertime.
And they also told us, Matt, another one of our tour guides, told us that the musicians used to have to schlep their instruments back and forth. You know, there's snow, there's whatever conditions, it's raining, and they're trying to protect these precious instruments on their way in and out. So in 2003, they had a huge expansion that's absolutely beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And now allows for more of an experience when you come to see the DSO here at Orchestra Hall.
Absolutely.
We learned a lot. This is mellow Donnie and Joel.
Yes, it is. We have culture and we are refined.
Oh my! No,
and despite what Donnie says, you can take us out of the house.
Yeah, that's still up for grabs, but I'm super proud of my boys today. You and
Thank
Steven.
You. We are on our best behavior.
Although Steven's sending me text this morning saying that he wanted to know if he could play any of the instruments here at Orchestra Hall.
They wouldn't let me.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay. They have standards.
Steven actually wrote
standards of excellence here at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra that need to be upheld, Steven.
Had a resume saying that it was okay for him to play because he was in his high school band.
I was in concert band in high school.
You're not touching anything.
Keep it still, Steven.
I'm sorry. We are live. The DSO. Oh, don't forget, coming up November 22nd through 24th, music of Paul Simon. If you haven't caught one of these rock shows that they do, I mean, obviously they do an amazing job with classical music, but I'm telling you, the DSO has worked with bands that represented the music of David Bowie, Queen, Led Zeppelin is a show that comes in here, I think, pretty much once a year for the most part. The place is always packed, and it is absolutely amazing. It will leave you with goosebumps. Awesome. Love the DSO. We look forward to seeing you again soon, and thanks for hanging out with City of the Week.
Dun, 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 dun.
Very dramatic.
Dun, 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 dun.
End roll.